Welcome, everybody. I hope you're all having a fabulous Sunday. I just wanted to come in to say that you need to forgive yourself. Forgive yourself for the version of you that you had to be while you were going through your abuse that you endured. But just whatever that may look like, whether it was from taking your clothes off or spicing up the relationship with multiple people or having an open marriage. But if you've gotten this far and you've come out of it and you're feeling regret or ashamed or just worthless, or like people look at you differently now, know that it's not your fault. You were kind of groomed into it, and you need to forgive yourself. You need to let it go and try and move forward, because you're growing as a human being and you're trying to better yourself from what you went through. For instance, my ex, he was constantly cheating on me from the day we met. Basically 3 months in, actually, is when I first found a picture. He had a girlfriend in the US that he would send pictures to, and it devastated me. But I had no one, I had no family, because I'd been previously isolated from my previous relationship, who was his friend that used to beat me up with a wooden chair and strangle me and throw me into walls. And so I moved forward with the relationship with his friend and had children with him later. And when we were married, he promised that he would stop cheating and that it would end. Because I almost canceled the wedding and left. And even though I really had nowhere to go, and that's why I stayed so long. But we ended up getting married. He continued cheating even while I was pregnant with my middle child. I kicked him out. When I kicked him out, he called my sister to stay with her. And then he came back and wanted to make it work, he said. I had been contacted by all these women on Facebook with messages of him on Craigslist about him looking for one night stands and stuff like that. And then in order for him to come back, because I talked to my dad, he was like, well, get him to do a test, and like a disease test, and get him to do marriage counseling. So we did those things, and then he made me do it too, even though I was faithful the whole time we were married. So it was really insulting being a pregnant woman having to get a disease test done with him. And then slowly over time, with the counseling, it didn't really help, because she was like, well, I can tell that he doesn't want to be here, so I can't counsel you guys. The counseling was done through his work benefits, and it didn't get us anywhere, other than I think that he knew that I wanted to leave, so he had a plan to tear me down. And at one point, someone that I thought was my friend came over and said, you know, I knew years before my marriage ended that it was going to end, so I had planned things to make it hard. And it didn't like click in my brain then, but now I realize she was not my friend, that she was his friend. And he even said to me all my friends were actually his friends. And with that, a guy that he used to play ball hockey with, dragged me into texting, and then eventually kept trying to break down my morals. And he said he had an open marriage with his wife, and he kept trying to get me to remove clothing. And just know that you do not need to remove clothing to have a good relationship. And if you go down that road, it's going to lead you down a very painful road. So get out of it if you are in that. Respect yourself and walk away from those people, because there's something wrong up here with the people that are doing that and getting you groomed and into that. Like for me, I had people trying to get me to go on OnlyFans. I had people trying to get me to do all these horrible things. And I didn't deserve more trauma after being assaulted at 14, brutally beaten daily for 2 years when I was 19, and then eventually my marriage, because he wouldn't let me leave when he started abusing my children, that it escalated into him trying to kill me twice and hurting my kids more. So eventually we were able to get free, and people listened and believed us about the abuse.
Take charge of your health. Number one doctor-recommended multivitamin. Up top.
But you need to not blame the survivor. The survivor doesn't always, they're busy raising kids, doing what they're doing, and the other person calculated and purposely put them through the trauma that they went through. So don't blame the survivor, and to the survivors, make sure you forgive yourself. Don't hold on to the pain. Don't let it kill your heart inside, and keep being you. Keep being the kind, caring, compassionate person that you were, and don't let it change you. Don't let the world change you. I'm happy, I'm proud of you that you got back to who you are, and just keep going. Stay away from negative people. Stay away from people doing drugs. Stay away from people trying to influence you in your breakdown to be someone you're not. I have faith in you. You've got this. But the first step is forgiveness, and then comes happiness. So peace, love, and happiness.